Hello, Amanda Ambles here, and I've just been on my amble. Not all who amble are lost, and I have not been doing a long video for a while, and I'll tell you the reasons why. I've been observing and watching the world stage as we transition from the year of the wooden snake, which was all about casting off that which we don't need and coming back to the rawness of ourselves, and then leaping into the year of the fire horse, which feels very energetic. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been redecorating the house, doing all sorts of bits and pieces. So yeah, I've been watching the world stage, and what a show it's been. It's also very important to remember that everything in politics happens for a reason. None of it is a mistake. All of it is by design. All of it is orchestrated. So I read a really interesting quote from C.S. Lewis this morning. And he was basically saying, that the evil is not carried out by those men with guns, but it's those suited men sitting around the table that are committing the true evil. So that I found quite interesting because, as I may have shared before, when I was thinking and looking into this World Heritage Status bid going on here in Glastonbury, I saw suited men with pound signs in their eyes, money greedy men sitting, and some women as well, sitting around a table with the Tor and the Abbey in the middle. So yeah, a lot's been coming out on the Lucy Letby case, and further evidence. There's been a documentary, and I did do a little short about how I felt about watching that, and it was quite disturbing. And being an HSP in these times, and seeing the horrors and the evils that many victims and of the Epstein network as well, what they have been enduring, what Lucy Letby's been enduring. I found it quite overwhelming, to be honest, and just absorbing, and taking in some of that evil, but not being a part of it, obviously, reeling against that. But it shows us that really that the forces behind all of this are a bit like a huge, monstrous, evil, satanic, force. That's what's behind it. And many of us can feel that. We may not have the words for it. But I watched a very interesting research video this morning, and I will share it underneath because it explains a little bit about those who run the world and how there's at Yale University, they have a temple. They follow the skull and crossbones and the numbers 322. And basically, many of these people have gone on to become like George Bush, the president of the United States. And you realize how many of these strings are being pulled. And basically, this is a death cult. So they're gearing people to align with the death, the qualities of death and the force of death. And I noticed on the Consortium of Misfits, some of you may be there as well. It's a collaboration channel. We have a community channel. We have a few new members. Check it out. It's really good. And Tim's been talking all about the 9/11 thing recently. So if we look every which way we look, it seems like truths are being revealed, and the level of lies and corruption has even shaken us up, even at those of us who feel like we are awake. And I see a lot of people sort of standing up now to the tyranny. In our own town, we have something called the People of Glastonbury that's just been formed. And on the 8th of March, they have their first open meeting. And this could well challenge the powers that be. And we got the book Biggleswick, the town that wouldn't comply. by Richard Vogue. So that shows you what is possible. If everybody says no, then basically they don't have the power anymore. So we need to shift the power back to us, back to the communities, back to the people. And we need to not play along with these games anymore. There are some incredibly brave women standing up. There's, what Virginia Giuffre did by standing up against the level of evil and nastiness that she encountered, and her writing her book. I really do think that got all the ball rolling with all of this, and that the Epstein files may not have been released without her. And you see the woman in France, Pelicas, I think her name is, Pelican. And, she's also been incredibly brave. And all of these victims are coming out of the woodwork now, and they're speaking out. So it is a time of truth. It's a time of reckoning. It's a time of crazy revelations. The things that we could never have imagined in our wildest dreams were happening have actually been going on in the world. So we're basically living in a world that's been run by a paedophile elite. And, if you put this on your Facebook post or whatever, you still get called a conspiracy theorist. And I've had people defriend me in the last few weeks, but it's no great loss really, because it is perhaps those people that we align with, they need to be resonating on the same level as us. I went to a wonderful book launch, and it's on my Amanda and Avalon channel. I may put it on here, by the amazing Roseanne Gallagher. And she wrote a book. She collects stories about the lockdown and those years, the lockdown years, and stories from people. It's very important that we all remember our stories, our own stories, but each other's stories as well. We can't just live in a bubble. We need to reach out. We need to work as a collective. And it feels very much like there's a collaborative spirit happening this year. It came up in the tarot reading by Shirley Wellstead. And this is what it feels like the energy of this fire horse is. Okay, so I think I've rambled on quite enough. I'd love to hear your thoughts about what's going on the world stage. It's exciting and terrifying times simultaneously. One more thing I just want to add. I've just discovered this thing about Hegelian dialectic. I was chatting to my friend about it on the phone this morning, as you do, and it's all about, they set up like conflict. They want us in conflict. They set up different political parties and place people in them so that we're all at odds with each other. So, it's that classic case of divide and rule, isn't it? So may justice be done this year. May humanity and all of the good things in life be restored. So we have to go through this exposure time, and we need to trust our instincts more than ever. I find it really interesting about Michael Jackson, and I always suspected that he was innocent. And when you see pictures of him with Epstein and others, he looks terrified. You can see the fear in his eyes. So I, for one, I'm pleased about all of the things coming out, but I'm also a little bit like, not sure about how the narrative is going to unfold, but it feels like things are coming out, facts are coming out thick and fast. So we need to brace ourselves on this roller coaster ride. Much, much love to you from me and Aurora. Sorry that it's from the couch or from the armchair, the talk. I did want to be outside, and I have just been, ruffled up by the wind, but loads and loads of love to you, and keep on keeping on. Loads of love. Take care. Bye.